Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Excuse me! Taxi! Come on, what are you doing?
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
So I'm still annoyed greatly. And everyone I've talked to since this happened is annoyed. They're referring to it as a miscarriage of justice. And I'm talking about the former NYPD sergeant that was convicted of manslaughter and yesterday sentenced from 3 to 9 years for tossing that cooler at a drug suspect who was trying to get away on a moped. 800-848-9222. So you look at page 1 of the New York Post today, and they accurately summarize the situation. Jailed for doing his job. And it indeed is a very dark day for law enforcement everywhere. And folks, no matter what city you're listening to this program in right now, the socialist mayor of New York, Mamdani, straight up con in terms of what he has done. So guess what? He promised free with the buses. Guess what he quietly admitted yesterday? No free buses are coming this year. Folks, you've been had. It's as simple as that. So we have a lot to get to, and let's go right ahead and do exactly that. We see all your telephone calls coming in. We'll get to them momentarily. Let's start with the officer and what I thought about this sergeant, right? So last night, now think about this. He's a sergeant. He's a supervisor of officers on the front line. And last night, he spent the evening at Rikers Island. Now, think about that for a second. He's waiting for a transport, if it hasn't already happened, to a mid-state processing center or to a prison upstate. Attica, Elmira, after he's processed. It could be someplace in the Syracuse area. This police sergeant, I don't want to refer to him as former, because I feel the man should get his job back. I don't think the man did anything wrong. I really don't. 800-848-9222. This from WABC TV here in New York, Channel 7.
Punishment handed down for the ex-NYPD sergeant.
Eric Duran was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison. More than 11,000 officers signed a petition pushing for Duran to not go to jail.
30-year-old Eric Dupree killed in 2023 after Duran tossed a picnic cooler at him as Dupree left on a scooter. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis live at the courthouse in the Melrose section of the Bronx with everything that unfolded today. Marcus?
Well, Mike and Sade, the Sergeants Union called today one of the darkest days in the history of our profession. And Sergeant Duran's lawyers argued against incarceration, asking the judge not to imprison Duran for a decision he made in just 2.5 seconds. But the judge said that Duran did act recklessly. For the victim's family, they say they're just content they got justice.
Justice for
Eric Dupree's mother and supporters emerged from the courthouse chanting, satisfied with the sentence. Moments earlier, former NYPD Sergeant Eric Duran shed tears as he learned his fate, 3 to 9 years in prison for manslaughter.
It is a very seldom occurrence that justice prevails when a cop kills a black and brown person. But today, in the Bronx, we got it right.
So that last clown, that voice that you heard, absolute clown, pretends that he's the leader of Black Lives Matter in New York City. I think his name is Hawk Newsom, something like that, or Hank Newsom. I've never met someone that's such a D-level player, always trying to be the next Sharpton. That's who this guy thinks that he is, right? And he looks to be a towering figure. I didn't even know he went to law school. But apparently he went to law school, apparently. And that voice, that's the voice that you just heard. So this is outrageous, what has happened to this sergeant. We see all your calls. We'll get to them on a number of topics. I see many of you want to talk about the woman in Charlotte as well. But Mamdani is facing backlash. No, not Mamdani. He walks on water. Well, free, free, free. He said free buses. You've been conned. I tried to tell you that he was straight up running game, but you didn't want to listen to me. So now he's mayor and he's still running game. Okay? So his campaign pledge, remember, of city buses free. Well, the money is not there. I told you the money wasn't going to be there. And so he's being hit hard online. This was one of his big campaign promises, and it won't be fulfilled this year as his administration works to gain support from lawmakers in Albany. So he came from Albany. He was an assemblyman. You don't think that he knew that the money wasn't there? Of course he knew the money wasn't there. He told you what you wanted to hear. But let me tell you about the cojones on this guy, right? I'm going to get to his wife in a second. The cojones on this guy. He's talked about free supermarkets in terms of the city running the supermarkets, right? He's Mr. Social Media, right? He does a social media clip where this woman goes to purchase some potato chips. You're about to hear it. And she says she wants the chips for free. And a person starts laughing that's in the background behind her. Guess who that individual is behind her? Mayor Mamdani. It's almost like he's mocking us. Listen to this, folks.
Can I get a free bag of chips? Ooh, I want a free bag of chips. Oh, can I get a free bag of chips?
Now, Carlos, re-rack that, and I want you to stand by to play it again. Why would you do a social media video mocking people? You see the woman, she's in the grocery store, a bodega, wherever she is, and she says she wants a free bag of chips, and she looks over her shoulder, and it's the mayor standing there, and he starts laughing. What's so funny, Mr. Mayor?
Can I get a free bag of chips? Ooh, I want a free bag of chips. Oh, can I get a free bag of chips?
I don't get it. Do you get the joke? But Mamdani, also his wife, right? He won't say a word about her racism, her anti-Semitism, her use of the N-word. He won't say a word about that. But now, and he said she's a private citizen. Remember that? Now, Mamdani is coming forth to say there may be a role for her because she's an artist and there may be a role for her in the world of art.
I can say that she hasn't made any final decision to that end, but she is an artist, I'd say an incredible one of my own opinion. And she's someone who's always spoken about the importance of art as a part of any flourishing society. And I can imagine that that is something that she could encourage to take place in our city.
But when you were asked about her anti-Semitism and her racism, you had peep to say, Mr. Mayor. What's up with that?